What an incredible story and project that you guys have done here. I mean, the production and the storyline is incredible. Talk about getting into it, reading the book, what kind of insights you got from that and wanted to really do it.
Well, both of us happen to have read the book before we ever considered turning it into a movie or a show. So we kind of came to this collaboration as fans of the book. And there was something about the book that was both epic and really intimate. And certainly for a director, that's heaven, because it's fun to do the big, complicated, war story. But this is really less about the war itself and more about how people endure these extraordinary times and the capacity to connect with others and find strength in yourself that you didn't know you had and maybe would never have found out you had if it weren't for those circumstances. So all of that was in the book, and it felt incredibly rich to explore on screen.
I think for me, having read the book and loved it, and it's so well written, it's so beautiful, it's so big that pretty much only a fool would want to adapt it. But I just think that if one doesn't take on these brilliant pieces of work, then you would only adapt mediocre novels, and that would be awful. So what I wanted to do was to try to do justice to the book without ever suggesting it's a replacement to the book or a diversion from the book. The book is still there, but this is another way of enjoying that brilliant piece of imagination.
Now, one of the great themes in the show is that light pervades, like no matter what, over darkness. And so I love that. Could you guys kind of expand on that kind of theme?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in the title, right? This idea that there's light we cannot see. And there's times in history and in the present, whether it's global events or personal tragedy, where you just feel kind of lost in darkness and hopeless in the midst of darkness. But this story is really about the belief that light does exist, will exist again, and that we need to protect that place inside of us, even if the world is breaking our heart. And I think that is a timeless theme that has suddenly become incredibly timely. It became timely when we shot the show and Ukraine was being invaded in the country next to where we were filming in Hungary. And it's timely yet again as we see a war raging in the Middle East, when we release that people clearly need to be reminded of these lessons because it's part of what carries us through these dark times.
There's a great line in the book where the professor says, darkness can last 1,000 years. And then you turn on a light and it's gone like that within a millionth of a second. You can't switch on darkness. You can switch on light, and light always wins. And I think that is such a fundamental part of what the message of the book is, and hopefully what the message of what we've made is as well.
The Professor, was that based on C.S. Lewis, you think, or just, just the time period of radio programs bringing out that hope?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, this is right from the book. In the book, there is this mystery man known as the Professor who broadcasts a show about literature and art and philosophy to kids all over Europe, even when radio broadcasts are banned. And the fact that Hugh Laurie jumped at the chance to play this character and this voice of enlightenment, this voice of information, not opinion. Right? It's something Werner says. The Professor spoke to us about facts when everyone else was giving us opinions. Well, we live in a time of deafening opinions and far too few facts. And so it's another layer where this story turned out to be prescient about our moment in history.
Well, I loved it. I love the part that also my mother had gone blind. And so I appreciated on that level that
Wow.
you have this wonderful actress, and you guys are, dealing with this character that's blind, but in the midst of everything, she's willing to help everyone else and figure it out. So I loved that.
Well, as you know from your mom, I'm sure, you can either take a hand that you're dealt with self-pity or with strength. And that's Marie, the character. That's Aria, the actress. That's Nell, the 8-year-old actress. And when you see someone deal with the hand they're dealt, but deal with it with fortitude and fierceness, what's more beautiful and admirable than that?
Darkness lasts not even for 1 second. When you turn on the light.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate, because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.